We will now be watching a performance by Eileen Morgan on the taiko, a traditional Japanese drum that is often played in large groups during festival events in Japan.
次はモルティナリンさんのによる太鼓をお楽しみください。太鼓はお祭りに欠かせない楽器です。グループで演奏しますが、アイリーンさんのソロも迫力あります。どうぞお聴きください。
Ohio gozaimasu. Almost. Everyone repeat after me. Ohio. Go. Zaimasu. Ohio gozaimasu. What does that mean? Good morning. Very good. My name is Eileen Morgan, and I'm presenting Japanese taiko drumming. So taiko drumming is a very integral part of the Japanese culture. It goes back thousands of years. As a matter of fact, there's a belief, there's a creation story that also involves a drum. That's how far back they believe taiko drumming goes. This first drum I was playing here is called an okado. It's very lightweight, easy to carry around, yet loud enough to startle some of you, yes? And one of the ancient purposes of taiko drumming was used during times of war. In a battle, they would take a drum out onto the battlefield and they would use the drums to signal the soldiers, to let them know where they needed to go, to advance, to retreat, to go to the left, to go to the right. So that was one way for them to be able to coordinate all of their troops. They also used the drums to try to scare the enemy away. And so there are actually very famous folk tales about villagers using the drums to scare away advancing armies. So when the drums were used in that way, it was very important that you used your strength and your power and your body correctly to get a really big, powerful, far-reaching sound out of the drum. So even today, we use our bodies in a very specific way while we play the drums. So the two main religions you might have gotten from the last presentation was Buddhism and Shintoism, and both those religions use the drums to incorporate into the religious services. So think about it, if you are playing the drum as part of a religious service, you're asking for a favor from a god, you're asking for protection, you're asking for your children to grow up healthy. So one thing that you need to do is focus on what you're doing while you're playing. So to this day, focus is a very important part of taiko drumming. part of festivals. We're at a festival right now. And in Japan, throughout Japan, you can have the very smallest town or the very largest city, and you'll have festivals happening at any given time of the year. Japan is famous for its festivals. They go all out. And taiko drumming is a large part of that. You'll have many people get together to play songs from this particular area, or that particular area. And maybe only this village knows this song, no other village knows this song. But it's a song that they've been playing for hundreds of years. So when they get together for this festival, they play it together. So when you're playing with a large group of people, it requires teamwork and coordination and cooperation and practice so that you all look and sound the same. So in a little bit, you're going to get a chance to give this a shot as well. I'm going to play a song for you called Edo Matsuri. Matsuri means festival. Edo is the name of a very little town in Japan, except when the emperor moved there, they changed the name to Tokyo. Now, when people get all together to play the drums together, it's kind of helpful to have a boss, one person in charge. And that person in charge has to differentiate themselves somehow. So that comes when taiko with this little drum here. The little drum is the boss. You see how it looks very different? It has a very different sound, so that even with many people playing these drums, you can still hear this drum, and you can tune in and pay attention so that you all stay together. Thank you very much. Now it is your turn to come up here and try these drums. Before we get started though, we have to get a little head start on the teamwork and cooperation. So you'll notice the way I was standing, sumodachi, and how I'm using my arms, right? So I'm planted into the ground, yet I'm reaching for the energy up into the sky. And so you're using a big part of your body that you might not be used to using. So we have to stretch and warm up. So we're going to do that, right? We're going to count to 10 in Japanese. Repeat after me. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. All right, now ready? We're going to stretch, reach your arm up way up high. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, can't hear you, hachi, kyu, ju. Good, pat yourself in the back, grab your elbow, pull that elbow back, keep your head up tall and straight, then you count. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. Switch. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. Good, roll your shoulders nice and big. And roll them the other way. Put a hand out in front like you're saying stop, and pull your fingers back. And switch the other way. All right, now we're going to do a little endurance testing. Ready? Squeeze your hands together. Pop. Tuck your thumb in, squeeze, pop. When you play taiko, you have to have strong arms, you have to have strong grip. So in Japan, you'd have to do 1,000 of these before you could play a drum. We don't have time for 1,000, besides you complain. So you're going to do 30. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, 9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Freeze. Reach for the sky. And relax. I'll say, now go home and do the other 970. You'll be good to go. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a few groups of people. And if you're interested in trying this out, we're going to do about 8 or 9 at a time. So you're going to walk up here, find a spot on your drum. We can put 2 or 3 people at each drum. The first group is always the hardest because you don't know what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to be really nice. You're going to have a good time, I promise. So come on up here. I have bocce for you. The first thing you do is you're going to bow to the drum. And then when you get your bocce, these are the drumsticks. When you get the bocce, you're going to hold them like this. Are they making any noise? No. Hitting a drum? Smacking the person next to you? Can you tell I work with small children? Yes, so I saw some of you already kind of coming up on your chairs. Come on up. So there's stairs over here, there's stairs over here. Come on up, I saw it. Bring your friend, right? Because some of you are like, I'll go if you go. I'll go if you go. You go first. No, you go. All right, first thing you have to do is you have to bow to the drum. This kind of goes back to the Shinto religion with the belief that everything has a spirit. The Japanese believe there's a spirit that lives inside the drum. So you have to bow to the drum. Doesn't mean you have to believe it, but you just have to bow to it. Sumodachi, legs apart, knees bent, back straight. Remember how it's standing. This is very important. So keep your back nice and straight. You're not punching over like this. And you're putting some space between you and your drum, because if you stand really close, the only thing you're going to hit is your hand. It's going to hurt, right? Wrap your fingers and your thumb all the way around your bocce. Leave a little bit hanging out. And what you're doing is you're thinking about pointing into the drum. So this ends up being an extension of your arm. So when I say hop, you're going to take your favorite hand and you're going to put it right in front of you. You're just going to let it drop, hit, bounce, come right back up. Keep your bocce in front of you. Do not do one of these because there might be someone behind you. Yeah? Here we go. Ready? I'll help you hit. Hop. Other hand. Hop. 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 Excellent, very good. Next, I will play 4 times and then you answer back. So big old copycat, Simon says, whatever I play, you copy. My turn. Your turn. All right, ready? Sumodachi, bend those knees. Keep your back nice and straight. Put some space between you and your drums. You're ready? Hold your bocce in front of you. Remember that you're thinking about pointing, so you're shooting for the almost the center of the drum. There's 3 pieces. I know. Ready? And when I say hop, you hit 1 time. You notice I didn't play. I said, hop, 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 hop. Thank you. You gotta yell it. Hop, 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 hop. But we gotta yell it. Let me hear the audience. How about? Dawn, 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 dawn. Dawn, dawn, duckla, dawn. Duckla, 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 dawn. Dawn, duckla, duckla, dawn. Dawn, duckla, dawn, duckla, dawn, duckla, dawn. Duckla, 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 dawn. That's Kuchishoka. If you can say it, you can play it. Duckla, 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 dawn. Dawn, duckla, duckla, dawn. Thank you very much. Since this is a Matsurira festival, I'm going to play one more song for you, a Matsuri tune from Matsuyama, which is on the island of Shikoku. It's probably one of the biggest cities on the island of Shikoku, but Shikoku is a rather small island. So I hope you enjoy Matsuri. And again, if you'd like information on classes or performances, I have a flyer here with website and information on classes. I would love to work with you. Thank you very much for coming out today.